He thought controlling you was love. You don't need them. You have me, were his words. Hey you, if this is your first time of joining my channel, please do well to subscribe. Click on the notification button, like and share. And to my subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support, and God will richly bless you. At first, these words sounded caring. They sounded like the words of someone who wanted to protect you. When you told him, when he told you not to spend too much time with friends, you thought he was worried about the kind of people around you. When he questioned every phone call, you told yourself he was only being careful. When he asked where you were going, you were meet where you were going, who you were meeting, and when you will return, you convinced yourself it was because he loved you deeply. You do not realize that little by little your world was becoming smaller. One afternoon your friend invited you for coffee. It's been months since we saw each other, she said. You smiled and agreed. When he found out, his face changed. Why do you need to go there? It's just coffee. With who? My friends. What does she have that you can't get from me? You laughed nervously, hoping the conversation would end there. It didn't. For the next hour, he kept asking questions until you finally canceled the meeting. That night, he hugged you and said, I only want to protect you. I only want to protect what is mine. You felt uncomfortable but ignored the feelings. Weeks passed, then months. The calls from friends became fewer. Family members stopped inviting you to gathering because they already knew the answer. She won't come. You were physically present in the relationship, but your life outside of it was slowly disappearing. One evening, you stood by the window watching people walk freely outside. You didn't know why, but tears fell from your eyes. He noticed. What happened? Nothing. You can't tell me, you know. You looked at him and finally spoke. I miss people. He, his expression hardened. Are you saying I'm not enough? That's not what I mean. Then what do you mean then? I miss being myself. The room became silent. For a moment, he looked hurt. Then he shook his head. I do everything for you, and this is what you say? You immediately apologized, not because you were wrong, because you were tired of explaining yourself, tired of argument, tired of making him understand something that should have been simple. As time went on, he monitored everything: the clothes you wore, the people you followed online, the places you visited, the conversation you had. Every choice needed approval, every decision required explanation, and somehow he always called it love. One day, you gathered enough courage to speak honestly. You sat across from him and said quietly, I need space to breathe. His eyes widened. Space from me? No, space to be myself. You're listening to people who want to destroy you. Nobody is destroying us. Then why are you changing the question? Broke. Then why are you changing the question? Because you were trying to return to the person you used to be before fear entered your life. You looked at him and whispered, do you remember who I was when we met? He remained silent. I laughed more, silent. I had friends. I wasn't afraid to speak. I wasn't afraid of disappointment. For the first time, he had no answer. The truth was standing in front of him, the truth he had avoided for years. He thought protection meant ownership. He thought love meant control. He thought keeping you close meant keeping everyone else away. But love does not grow inside a cage. Love grows where trust exists. Days later, something happened that shocked him. He overheard you talking to someone. Your voice sounded different, not angry, not bitter, just tired. You said, I don't even know who I am anymore. Those words hit him harder than any argument could. For the first time, he saw the damage, not because someone accused him, not because people criticized him, but because the woman he claimed to love no longer recognizes herself. That night, he sat alone. No television, no phone, no distraction, just his thoughts. He replayed every moment, every cancelled visit, every unnecessary argument, every time he made you choose between him and the people who cared about you, every time he called control protection, every time he confused fear with love. He realized the realization was painful. He never wanted to hurt you, but good intentions do not erase bad actions. The next morning, he approached you slowly. His voice was quieter than usual. I need to tell you something. You looked up. I took a deep path. I took a deep breath. I thought I was protecting you. You remained silent, but I was protecting myself. A tear rolled down his face. I was afraid. Afraid of what you asked, afraid of losing you. You stared at him, and because I was afraid, I kept holding tight. The room became still. Instead of making you feel Instead of making you feel loved, I made you feel trapped. For the first time, he was not defending himself. He was listening. For the first time, he was not giving excuses. He was taking responsibility, and for the first time in a very long time, you felt heard. Because real love is not keeping someone under watch. Real love is deciding who they can speak to. Real love is not making someone feel guilty for having a life outside the relationship. Real love allows room for friendship, family, dreams, opinions, and freedom. The greatest lesson he learned was simple. If someone has to lose themselves to stay with you, that is not love. The person who truly loves you will never build a cage around your life and call it protection. They will stand beside you, trust you, and give you the freedom to remain the person you were or the person you have always been.